Hello, YouTube. David Brown here, Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester, here in the state of New York, connecting in with you. And I want to thank you for listening in on this YouTube conversation. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I'd love your support, and I appreciate the opportunity to not only also to continue to bring value to you. If there's any subjects that you would like for me to discuss, please comment and let me know, or reach out directly to me in a private conversation. I'm more than happy to do that. So today's conversation is going to be around how to prepare your home for sale. Okay. And, if you have another real estate salesperson, broker, whichever, I would recommend you reach out to them and kind of get uh, some consultation around your specific needs. I don't want to be seen as contradicting anything that they may be telling you. There's always more than one way of doing things. Just because I say one way doesn't mean there's not another way that can give you just as much value. Plus, every situation is unique, and every market's different too. So, anyway, in this market, it's tough. It's tough to say sometimes because there is such a shortage in inventory, right? So there's no question in my mind, most of the time, a seller can list their home without doing anything and get a solid price. Okay, get multiple offers and stuff. And at the same time, even if you do, could you have gotten more? There's no way of telling. You do it one way. You can't say it would have been different the other way because you don't. You can't, right? You can't compare the what if. Although we all tend to, including myself, like to do that at times, right? So generally speaking, though, there are certainly things that at minimum I like to do. For example, painting. Painting is relatively inexpensive. It's something that you can take, a week to go through each room and give it a fresh coat. There is a lot of value in presentation when it comes to that. Just from a new house smell to a new house look. You know, uh, and I'm in more favor of a little darker, not uber dark, but somewhat darker colors in bedrooms, lighter in living areas. And depending on how big a room is, sometimes you want to go lighter because it's a smaller, if it's bathroom, for example, if it's a small bathroom, or maybe it's a decent size, but it's narrow, for example, you might want to go a little lighter to make it feel a little bit bigger, and at the same time, painting is just really, in my professional opinion, presents the biggest opportunity uh, for value, right? Little cost, more time than cost, and it gives you some good um, exposure to people feeling good about it. You know, um, one thing I've done and I've recommended at times doing is doing a pre-listing inspection. This market is a little tough because most buyers are waiving inspections right now, right? At the same time, especially if you are wanting to update the home a little bit more in order to maximize the value, having a pre-listing inspection before you do any other work may be a good option, right? The downside, especially in a market where home buyers are often waiving inspection, is in the event something comes up, you are now aware of it. So now you either are required to fix it or you are required to disclose it, right? So, which at that point you need to fix it because disclosing it without fixing it can really potentially hurt your bottom line. So that's the one negative, especially in this market. The positive is, again, especially if you are looking to do some updates. Okay, in my professional opinion, there's nothing wrong with having a pre-listing inspection, being aware of everything, going through and marking done, done, done. And when you go to list a home, now you have an updated home, and you're able to put that inspection report, okay, which most, I can tell you right now, very rarely have I walked in my 8 years as a real estate salesperson and 20 years as an investor. I honestly think maybe 2 times I walked into a home and they had an inspection report out for my buyers to view. Okay. So, you can really help yourself stand out too, right? And, the buyers go through, oh, that's done. That was an issue, but that was done. And then show them receipts, maybe there's an issue with the furnace. So you went ahead and replaced the furnace, and it was done by this HVAC company. So it kind of gives them the feel that not only was it fixed, it was also done by a licensed professional, right? So there's a lot of value, and all these things can really add up to whether your home sells for asking price, or is it going to sell for $20,000 over asking price? Or is it going to sell for 50? I mean, depending on home value, right? I mean, a house that's listing for 150 isn't going to typically sell for $100,000 over, right? However, if you have a $500,000 home, okay, $100,000 over isn't as much as $100,000 over on 150,000. So, it depends on, all that. And at the same time, I really do believe that even in a market where home sellers don't have to really do much, it can still potentially bring a lot of value to it, and it can also, you updating things also benefits the buyer, right? Mortgage rates have gone up a little bit over since the beginning of the year. Same time, they're still really low, and most buyers would rather finance at, let's say, even 4%. 4% is on the high end right now. From they're changing daily, so you never know. And at the same time, they'd rather finance most of the time at 4% mortgage rates over 30 years, and not have to worry about having to put in a furnace in a few years, and not have to worry about it, a new roof, all this stuff, right? Because they're financing it in, and it's turnkey. So anyway, those are some thoughts. I'm trying to keep these videos sweet and simple and quick and to the point. And trying to think if there's anything off, I don't know. At the end of the day, painting, buyers typically look at furnaces and roofs and just overall condition. Painting again can really, especially if you have any, peeling paint or anything, you want to paint over it and make it look all good and all that stuff. And just fresh for people to be able to go and allow them to get that I'm home feel, right? And also take off any personalized stuff, right? I always recommend taking down political things, take down, family photos. You want to depersonalize it because you want the buyers to be able to go in and make them feel like it's your or their home and not someone else's. That's something that I believe is more of a subconscious. I don't think that that's really at the forefront of people's minds. They're not realizing it, and at the same time, people do go in, and that's part of it. Do I feel at home? The home I'm sitting in right now, it was a disaster when I bought it. It had been a rental property, it was an investment property. I got a really good deal. I'm kind of handy in certain things. I also have some great contractors that I support their businesses and stuff. But I did not feel at home in this home until I got into the actual room that I'm into right now. And although it didn't present well, I saw the opportunity. Okay. Same time, I've also been in the business 20 years, right? Most people don't see the potential. Okay. And if they do, it's on a limited basis. So you just want to allow your home to present to others like it's their home. They can feel comfortable in it, and all that stuff. So anyway, I hope that you found some good value in today's video, and I look forward to bringing some more videos and more real estate content to you. As always, I'm seeking to bring value around areas that are of interest to you. Okay, so please let me know what I could potentially speak on in the future. Until the next video, I want you to make it a great day and a great week. And always know I'm rooting for you. Cheers.